Maybe all Roman brides are serene. This one is. I watch her from the cafe, at one of the outdoor tables that's still catching the last of the early evening sun, in the middle of the island, in the middle of the river. I can see details that someone walking by might miss, like having good seats at a play. Her dress flashes with cheap sequins or crystals, scattered across the waist and skirt like an afterthought. The fabric is gathered between her shoulder blades, pinching. The light hits her square in the face, but she doesn't even squint. Her gaze is distant, focused on something that's invisible to me. The stone paving this piazza is sloped, a defiant, imperfect tilt toward the river on one side. This cafe seems built into the dip, old books wedged under table legs to compensate. The church is at the center of the square, flat on its own thick foundation, a non-negotiable. A child, maybe hers, chases one of the groomsmen around the square in a makeshift game of tag. Her mother, or soon-to-be mother-in-law, talks loudly on a cell phone, too quickly and far away for me to try to understand. There's none of the hushed drama that comes with American weddings, no pageantry, no nerves. The mood is calm and still, in deference to the higher power at work here. If not God, then maybe just familiarity, the inevitability of two compatible or similar people being together, making promises, eyes shining in front of a select few. The groom is lingering by the door, not giving her the reverence we've been taught that brides deserve. He shows no signs of becoming overwhelmed or tearing up when seeing her in a white dress. Even the thought of something that choreographed or contrived feels laughable here, watching them. He's seen her before. We'll see her again. The white dress, what it purports to mean, pales against what these ancient walls are holding up, what they've kept out and let through. There doesn't even seem to be a photographer. The untouchable look on her face, as if she were floating just an inch above the rest of us. It's familiar. Her gaze like those of the saints I'm starting to see immortalized in frescoes and mosaics all over this city. Eyes focused far away, sure of some delicious secret. I've been to Rome once before, but years ago and never alone. My parents brought my brother and me when he was 8 and I was 12. We stayed in an apartment by the Spanish Steps, furnished with hanging tapestries and thick rugs and delicate antique furniture. The wooden beams that framed the doorways and held up the ceiling were from the owner's family house in Puglia. I remember being fascinated by that, how pieces of one home could be used to support another. One day, there was a guided tour of the Vatican, giggling at Swiss guards, running through the gardens, a few minutes in the Sistine Chapel, neck stretched, before being ushered out. I sped through the museum, doing a quick scan of each room, picking my favorite piece before moving on, while my brother listened intently to descriptions of brushstrokes and marble quarries, patronages and papal states, the artist's connection to the church, and all it meant. He got as close as possible, his face sometimes only inches from a painting or sculpture. A breeze slips its way across my skin, still damp with my sweat and water from a fountain I passed on my walk here, a wolf's head carved out of stone. I let it fill my hands, splashed it on my arms and face, threw the rest on the back of my neck so it dripped between my shoulder blades, flowed down my spine. Something I'd only ever seen old Italian men do in movies. There are empty tables behind and in front of me now, all of us keeping some distance, even with the air, light, time of day being what it is. No one is speaking English. The glasses in everyone's hands glow red and orange with Cappelletti, Aperol, and Campari. A mother gives her baby an orange slice garnish to chew on. I sip an Averna, on ice with a lemon peel, my third of the day. These cocktails, their variations and what they mean, were a big part of my pre-Rome education. He made samples, playing bartender in my kitchen, measuring out vermouth and splashing soda like an amateur chemist. I was schooled on the differences between a spritz and an Americano, a classic Negroni and a Sbagliato. How delicately his tongue hit the back of his teeth at the end of that satisfying foreign word.